Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading. Geminis, what's poppin'? Welcome to your reading, Geminis. To all the new subscribers, thank you. I see you. We appreciate you growing the family. To all the OGs, you know I fuck with you the long way. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your endless support. Okay, now let's get into your reading, Gemini. What's up with Geminis? Somebody could be caught saying you a liar. What's up with Geminis? Okay, what's up with Geminis? What's Gemini's energy? Some of you guys may have gotten denied for something. You guys could be receiving a letter that you got denied. Some of you guys also, some of you guys could be receiving a letter from like a loved one, or like letters that loved one wrote, or something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that. I feel like a loved one wrote letters to you and you never received them until now that they have passed away, and now you are receiving letters. I feel like also some of you guys, when you wake up, write down your dreams, or write down. Some of you guys are going to get messages while you are laying to rest, and you are meant to write them down, Geminis. Or Geminis, when you lay to rest, allow yourself to actually rest, okay? That's when you get your downloads. That's when the spiritual psychic messages are brought to you. That's when your intuition is brought to you. I feel like Geminis, you need to be manifesting during the nighttime. And Geminis, your manifestation techniques is through writing, Geminis. When you lay down, Geminis, I feel like your prayers that you say, you also need to be the prayers that you write down, Geminis. I feel like you are wishing, and Gemini, all spirit needs to see you do is to write something down. But Geminis, I feel like also Geminis, you know why is the power of writing things down versus saying things, Gemini? Because, you know, sometimes people, when they hear you, they get to working. But when people can't hear you, they don't know what the fuck you got written in your journal. That's why they say talk to you and God. That journal, what you writing down, Gemini, is between you and God. That's it. Trust yourself, Gemini. I feel like Gemini is really praying. You need to be trusting in yourself, okay, Gemini? Because there's always going to be people out here there's always going to be a motherfucker out here with some sneakish shit going on, because it's the bottom of the deck energy. So don't be letting people into your prayers, Gemini. I feel like also not everybody can see and believe the things that you prophesize to manifest in the physical form, Gemini. That's why you need to write that shit down. Okay, let's get into the tarot reading for Geminis. Let's get into the tarot message for Geminis. What's the tarot message at this time for Geminis? What's the tarot message at this time for Geminis? What's up with Geminis at this time? Geminis are doing or thinking about their inner child, or having somber moments about the past, Geminis. Geminis, you can't go back to the past, but what you can do is use that momentum or those desires that you have from the past to put them into actual physical form now. Let your emotions that you may be feeling now drive you into work in order to see those things become a reality, Gemini. Geminis. Some of you guys could be thinking about legacy at this time, Gemini. I feel like Geminis are like, what are my gifts? I feel like Geminis, you've inherited gifts. Some of you guys have a gift of sight. Some of you guys have the gift of clairvoyance, Gemini. Look at that. Some of you guys, as a kid, you had the gift of clairvoyance, Gemini. Some of you Geminis can prophesize and see when somebody's going to have a kid, Gemini. Some of you Geminis may have lost a son, Geminis. Pardon if you did lose a son, Gemini. I feel like Gemini is really honing in. This could be talking about Geminis who are older in age, but thinking about their legacy and what they are contributing and what they're leaving behind. Some Geminis are also like reevaluating, like, what are my gifts? Do I really know what my strengths are? And if they don't know, Gemini are like, okay, what do I need to know so that I can get more in touch with myself? Gemini is really wanting to get in touch with themselves at this time, Geminis. I feel like Geminis are also coming to peace with who they are. Okay? Geminis are coming to terms and coming to peace with who they are. I feel like Geminis also aren't really leading with emotions right now. They're leading more with practicality. Also, if you feel like Geminis are being subservient right now, Geminis are just really thinking about their future and really strategizing for their future. Okay, don't let the quietness trip you up about Geminis. Geminis are working on making sure that the 2 + 2s are equaling 4. Okay, making sure their emotions, okay, are matching their actions. Making sure that they're not allowing their actions their emotions to dictate their actions. Making sure that the yin and the yang is balanced. Some of you guys, breath work could be good for you guys. For some of you guys, meditation could be good for you guys. Geminis, give yourself grace for these opportunities that are coming up, because I feel like Geminis feel like, dang, is this all my life is caked up to be? What are these new opportunities that are coming in for Gemini? Some of you guys, it's a financial increase. Some of you guys have been praying. Okay, some of you guys have been trying to, or some of you guys have been fixing up your credit, Geminis. I feel like Gemini, stop stressing about money. Aren't you tired of stressing about money, Gemini? Aren't you tired about stressing about money? Now Geminis are still thinking about, like, what are my gifts? What are my strengths? Geminis, you know what your gifts and your strengths are. Gemini. Spirituality. Some of you guys, Geminis, have been running from spirituality. Like, spirituality can't make me no money. And then still have to come back to spirituality to check in with yourself about, hey, what's my purpose? What am I here to do? Gemini, a lot of you guys need to forgive yourselves. If there's something that you need to atone for, once you make that atonement, your financials will shift. Some of you guys owe somebody an apology. Some of you guys have self-loathing behaviors that you need to rid yourself of. Some of you guys need to understand that you're human and finances ebb and flows, that you can't always have everything at one time, but you know that you're rich in spirit. Some of you guys need to remember that you're rich in spirit, because Gemini, you will work your ass off and still never feel good enough because you don't have that thing. Remember, what's earned is better than what comes really quick, Gemini. This Judgment card is a gift. And it's an opportunity to wash your spirit clean, Gemini. Gemini, once you atone, your finances is going to change. Once you atone your finances, what's this atonement that Gemini needs to make in order for their finances to change? Gemini, there's some apologies that you need to get out to people, Gemini. There's some apologies, Gemini. That's the Sun card in the shadow. There's some apologies that you need to get out to people, Geminis. Also, Geminis, you are afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid of yourself, Geminis. And Geminis, you're always guarded and defensive. That guard and the defense is something that you may need to atone, because once you're guarded and defensive means you're blocking your blessings. You're always looking for the negative, okay? You can't seem to get above water. Geminis. Geminis, I know you're thinking about the future, Gemini, but in order to get to the future, you have to atone for the past, Gemini. Remember, there's always good days to come, Gemini. There's always good days to come, Gemini. There's always good days to come, Gemini. What's the good things coming to Gemini after this breakthrough? You see that? The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like some form of independence, Gemini, is something new that's coming through. Let me turn on the lights. Geminis. Geminis, you try to plan and control everything, and you can't always control everything, especially with the mysterious Wheel of Fortune here. Gemini, sometimes you be living in your head and you don't even be getting out to experience and to live out the crazy things that you think are crazy that are in your head. They just stay stuck in your head. Gemini, I feel like is don't play the woe is me, Gemini. Experience life, Gemini. Know that you're walking a journey. I feel like this is very spiritual, Gemini. You're really spiritual and you've been running from your spirituality, Gemini. Acceptance of this will bring you peace, Gemini. You're always wanting to understand. Make things practical. Sometimes things are just as it is. Sometimes things are just spiritual, Gemini. Some things aren't as practical, Gemini. Gemini is also, you've been coping, meaning you've been dealing instead of living, Gemini. It's like something too, Gemini, you've been wanting to ask help for. I feel like, Gemini, you've been running or teeter-tottering with spirituality. Why? One moment you believe in it, next minute you don't. I don't know, Gemini. Why are you battling yourself? What's the lesson of this for Geminis? 10 of Cups, fulfillment. Through this, Gemini, you'll find yourself. You'll know exactly what it is that you want, and you will only attract the people who desire the same things or who are on the same wavelength as you, Gemini. Because that's what you really want. Gemini really wants love. Don't let Gemini lie to you. They really want fucking love. They want that happily ever after love, okay? They want that loving partnership. They desire that the most. Let a Gemini tell you, okay? Gemini will act like they're closed off to love, but behind closed doors, that's all they think about. When is it going to be my time? Why are they my time? Gemini, you may have did something in your younger formative years. You may have done something that you didn't atone for, and that's why you're experiencing such stress, okay? Such difficulty, such long enduring things in your relationships, Gemini. So there's some atonement that you need to do, Gemini. Also, some of you guys need to address why you have fear related to love, Gemini. What's your fear related to love? What's your anger you have held in within you related to love, Gemini? Gemini, once you heal yourself, that's when you'll find love, Gemini. Heal yourself, and then you'll find love, Gemini. You can't be out here looking for anything at this point until you heal yourself. Okay, and that for you could be through visualization, through writing things down. Okay, you visualize it when you sleep, you write it down. Before you sleep, you want to visualize something, you want to manifest something, you want to bring it to reality. Gemini, you write it down. Okay, Gemini, what is the financial message for Geminis? Okay, what's the financial message for Geminis? What's the finance message for Geminis? The Magician and the Five of Wands in reverse. Gemini, do you realize and this is you, do you realize your mental is out of whack? And once you correct your mental, that's when all your manifestations come through. So Geminis, if you're wondering why your finances is blocked, it's because your mental is in a disarray, Gemini. Some of you guys are also haven't healed from something. That's something being a physical relationship that you had, an intimate relationship that you had, a toxic relationship that you had, a trauma bonding relationship that you had, Gemini. Also, you guys have got some repenting to do, Geminis, and some heart healing to do, Geminis. Gemini, this is not an easy way out, Geminis, and this is a hard message to hear sometimes, Geminis. Some of you guys have been putting up the good fight. Oh, like, yeah, things is working for me. I'm manifesting this. I got into this, but still, your heart is hurting. Still, you don't feel like you're getting all that you should from a situation. Still, you feel like you're on cycle. Still, you feel like you still are getting trauma bonded love. You ain't getting the right kind of love. It's like you keep walking into situations that are just like the last, Gemini. Why? Because you're searching outside of yourself with this Five of Wands. You're searching for riches outside of yourself. You're searching for fortune outside of yourself. Geminis, get you together. Geminis, get you together. Focus on your skill. Focus on your craft. Focus on your self-confidence. Focus on your will. Okay, Geminis? And that'll get you real far. It'll change your life, Geminis, I promise. It'll change your life. Let's get you some fortune messages. What's the fortune message for Geminis? What's the fortune message for Geminis? What's the fortune messages for Geminis? What's the fortune message for Geminis? A victory in some endeavor. Major challenge to overcome and take a break. Gemini, the gifts are coming. Spirit is saying, look at that. Clarify, the gifts are coming. Okay, you will receive. Be open to receiving. Claim the victory, Geminis. But there's hurdles, there's obstacles, there's things that you need to get through, work your way through in order to receive this divine relaxation that you're so desiring, Gemini. Gemini wants to just retreat. Gemini wants to be, okay, Gemini wants the financial stability where they can just retreat. Gemini wants that residual, reoccurring, okay, abundant, okay, stable income. Okay, Gemini wants to relax. Gemini, that is going to come. The riches and the gifts are going to come. The victory, the success, okay, the notoriety is going to come. But Gemini, you got to put in the work. Put in the work so that you can relax. It's not relaxing season right now. It's harvest season, okay? And you're realizing that your harvests aren't as bountiful because why? You didn't put in that work, Gemini. So still time to put in the work so that you can relax during the winter season. Because don't you want to relax in the winter? Don't you want your money to be good in the winter? Okay? You don't want to have to worry about money. You want your money to be good in the winter, Gemini. You want to lay up and be having, you know what I'm saying? Get right with yourself, Gemini. Get right. I love you guys. Like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.